Every real life glitch and explained in 11 minutes. There's real life glitches in real life? Oh shit.
The accidental save reload. You walk into a cafe. The clatter of a tray.
Deja vu is a glitch in real life? When I think glitch, I'm thinking like some game shit or something.
Low hum of conversation. The barista calling out an order. A name you already know before she says it. A black cat dashes past your legs. And then it hits you.
Right.
You have seen this before. Exactly this. You don't just recognize the moment. You remember what happens next. The man at the window will check his watch. The woman at the counter will drop her keys.
Yo, this artwork is shitty. But it's probably done like that on purpose. It's just, whoever it is behind this video is artistic. You know what I'm saying? It's artistic. Way of the hand. That sound shit.
In 10 seconds, the door will swing open, but you already know who's coming through. Science says deja vu is a glitch, a brain misfire,
But
a small
I'm
processing error where your mind accidentally flags the present as a past memory. And if deja vu is just a brain error, why does it feel so eerily accurate? Some believe deja vu isn't a glitch at all. It's proof that time isn't linear, that you've lived this moment before, that maybe you are in a loop, or worse.
I believe that. Y'all believe we're in a loop when we had deja vu. Deja vu be hitting like a motherfucker too. I ain't gonna lie. There's been some instances where I had deja vu and that shit don't feel right. So maybe it is a loop on some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Worse, you've died in another timeline. And if that's true, how many times have you already been here? Mandela effect. Reality patches while you're AFK. Let's do a test. Does Pikachu have a black tip on his tail? Think.
He doesn't, but it looks so natural. I think people get it confused when he got the tips on his ear.
Carefully. You've seen Pikachu 1,000 times on cards and games and movies. You know what he looks like. So yes or no? If you said yes, congratulations. You've just experienced the Mandela effect. Pikachu has never had a black tip on his tail. Not in the games, not in the anime, not anywhere.
It just looked natural,
and yet millions of people swear he did. Alright, let's try another one. Does the Monopoly man wear a monocle? Of course he does. You've seen him. The rich old man with a top hat, a suit, and that little monocle over his eye. Except he doesn't.
Wow.
He never has. The Mandela effect is the strange phenomenon where large groups of people all remember something one way, only to find out that it never existed like that.
That one fuck me up. That's fucking me up. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't there like a peanut with a monocle? Maybe that's where niggas get it confused. Cause I remember there's like a peanut brand, and the peanut got a monocle, and he got a top hat. He's actually jacking Monopoly Man swag on some shit. If we keep it a buck, maybe he doing that shit a little better. Shit, I mean shit, but like, you know.
That, at least not anymore. The name comes from Nelson Mandela. Huge numbers of people remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. They recall watching the funeral on TV, seeing the headlines, even discussing it in school, except that never happened. He was released, went on to become president of South Africa, and died in 2013. So how do millions of people share the same false memory? The official explanation is that human memory is bad. It's faulty, unreliable. A few people misremember something, then they tell others, and before...
That's y'all niggas. It's some peak shit. It's a peak brain up here. Y'all shit is ass.
Before long, the false memory spreads like a virus. If so many people remember things one way, but history says otherwise, what if history changed?
Or some aliens on some shit that's erasing our minds and taking niggas like Nelson Mandela, oh shit, R.I.P., and experimenting on them or studying them and some shit. I just cracked the code. No doubt.
What if these are updates to reality, small server-side patches that overwrite the past, but leave behind a few glitches? What if you just didn't get the update? Some believe this is proof that we're shifting between alternate timelines, that every so often we move into a slightly different version of reality, but our memories don't fully sync. Others think this is just bad maintenance. Reality gets patched, but the developers missed a few details.
Computer pieces.
Either way, if you ever notice something changing that shouldn't be able to change, it's already too late. Missing time. The desync error. It's 3:02 p.m. You blink. Now it's 3:47 p.m. You didn't move. You didn't check your phone. You weren't distracted. But somehow 45 minutes have disappeared. The official term is highway hypnosis.
Just being tired, bro.
When your brain zones out and drives on autopilot. It happens on long, repetitive roads. The idea is that your brain is awake, but your memory stops recording.
Like you're up.
Sounds reasonable.
But then you wake up and then like,
some people experience missing time when they're not driving. They'll be sitting at home watching TV, and suddenly it's night. A person cleaning their kitchen looks up at the clock and finds an hour missing. Some say it happens when they're mid-conversation. They'll be talking to a friend, and suddenly the other person is looking at them weird, like they just stopped talking for 5 minutes. Some people say that during missing time, they get the feeling that something else was happening, but they just aren't supposed to remember. It's like someone edited the footage, trimmed down the timeline, removed the parts that didn't make the cut.
That's some nutty ass
things we
shit.
were never meant to see. Bystander effect. When NPCs refuse to trigger the next event. You're walking down a busy street.
Like a crackhead, and like you go to him, pick his hat up or some shit, and he's just staring at you. He just keep repeating the same shit. You got change. You go in the corner store. You come out. They standing right there. You got change.
Person collapses. They hit the ground completely unconscious. A crowd starts forming and nobody moves. You wait for someone to help.
Okay,
maybe
you got
a doctor,
change.
Maybe a good Samaritan. But instead, everyone just stands there watching. That's the bystander effect. A bizarre glitch where the more people there are, the less likely anyone is to do something. Because everyone assumes someone else will take action. But because everyone assumes that, nobody does. And it gets weirder. There are cases where entire groups of people have just stood there.
Is that nigga pissing on him? Oh, nah, that must be his op. He pissing on his op grave.
Watching something horrible happen, even when it would have been extremely easy to help. A person.
What y'all doing? Y'all taking a nap and shit. Nigga piss on you and shit. I know what I'm pulling out, nigga. That nigga not gonna be seeing the day of light. Is that the saying? The day of light no more. No bop.
Choking in a restaurant, a woman being attacked in broad daylight, even a drowning child. Nobody wants to be the first to move. Nobody wants to take responsibility.
They want to whip their phone out.
It's like they're all stuck in an idle animation, waiting for a main character interaction.
Yeah.
And what if,
like
just
that.
for a second, we consider the possibility that this isn't just human psychology?
And they just whip out their phone.
What if some people really do function like NPCs? What if some only activate when they're directly prompted?
He's talking about most of y'all, bro, because I'm quick to action. Y'all slow. Y'all don't got no. Y'all brain is slow. It can't compute on some shit. I need an update. No bad.
And if that's true, then the next time you're in a crowd, look around. Is everyone really playing the same game as you? Doppelgangers. The NPC cloning bug. Imagine walking down the street and seeing yourself.
Never could happen. There's only one me. It's only me. No bad.
Look-alike, not a twin.
So I can't experience this.
Same face, same outfit, same movements. At first, your brain scrambles for a logical explanation. A coincidence? A weird reflection? But then it looks at you, and you realize it knows. Throughout history, people have reported seeing their own double.
Right.
And it's almost never a good thing. One of the most famous cases...
And then they're going to kill you and take your life. They're going to steal your life. On some, what's that movie? Us. On some Us.
Was Abraham Lincoln.
Some Us shit.
A few days before his assassination, he reportedly saw his own reflection in a mirror. Except there were two of him. One looked normal, the other was ghostly pale. His wife, naturally, did the reasonable thing and decided this meant he was going to die. And then, well, we all know how that turned out. Now, maybe Lincoln was tired. Maybe his brain just filled in an extra image. Or maybe it's just a glitch in the system. Maybe reality accidentally rendered...
You ever thought about that? Maybe he was just smoking crack out of that pipe, nigga. He's smoking crack. I'm on to him, bro. I'm on to it. I know what them old niggas was doing. They was smoking crack. Come on.
Two copies of you for a moment. Maybe you just got a glimpse of yourself from another timeline. Or maybe something else is trying to take your place. Either way... If you ever see someone who looks exactly like you, walk the other way. Fast. Sleep paralysis. The forced cutscene. You can't skip.
This is the one I hear about the most. Never had it
in the
before
middle
though.
of the night. Your eyes snap open. You can see your room, your ceiling, the faint glow of the streetlight outside.
Your body's just pussy, gang. I don't know what to tell you. You see something and you can't move. Your body's just pussy, bro. You tighten up, tee up, gang. That's it. That's all I gotta tell you. I never experienced that shit, so.
Everything is normal except you can't move. Not a single muscle. Your arms, your legs,
Crazy.
Completely
Damn, long ass neck.
locked. You try to call for help, but your voice won't come out. And then you feel it, a presence, standing at the edge of your bed. This is sleep paralysis, and if you haven't experienced it yet, congratulations. You've avoided one of the worst free trial experiences that the human body has to offer. People describe it as being trapped inside your own body.
Crazy.
Science calls it a simple sleep cycle disruption. During REM sleep, the body is in a state of muscle atonia to prevent acting out dreams.
Muscle
and if you break this
atonia.
sleep, your brain wakes up, but your muscles are still paralyzed. It's supposed to last a few seconds, maybe a minute at most, but to the people experiencing it, it can feel like a lifetime. And
On some genjutsu shit. On some Itachi shit.
here's where it gets weird, because for some reason, sleep paralysis doesn't just come with paralysis. It comes with company. People across different cultures, across history, across completely separate parts of the world, all describe seeing the exact same thing. A dark silhouette, watching them. If this is just a random brain glitch, why are millions of people hallucinating the exact same thing? There are two possible answers. 1. The human brain is hardwired to hallucinate terrifying figures when it's in this state. A cruel little evolutionary prank designed to make an
Is that AI? When that nigga got fat?
already terrible experience even worse. Or 2. These things are always there. And sleep paralysis is just the one time you are actually able to see them. Spontaneous human combustion.
What the fuck? Combustion. And that's on. I just started watching. I got back into Fire Force. That's some Fire Force shit, huh?
The self-destruct glitch. Imagine you're sitting in your living room reading a book, sipping some tea.
And then yeah,
nothing
just
out of
catch
the
on
ordinary.
fire.
Then without
just
warning,
catch on fire.
you burst into flames.
Wow.
Not like you knocked over a candle flames. Not like your clothes caught fire flames. No, you ignite from the inside out. And by the time someone finds you, there's nothing left but a pile of ash.
Ashes?
And maybe a pair of legs that somehow survived. This is spontaneous human combustion. One of the strangest, most unsettling phenomena ever recorded.
Who does that happen to, though?
Science has a lot of answers, but on this one, they're beat. Some half-assed explanations include the wick effect, where body fat acts like candle wax, slowly burning the person over time. But if that's the case, why does it sometimes stop halfway? Take Margaret Hogan, for example. An unusually hot 80...
Did this nigga draw the titty? How's the titty showing through the robe, man? What the fuck? I see nipple. What the? Alright.
59-year-old widow from Dublin. On March the 28th, 1970.
Yeah, I know y'all niggas horny and shit. Y'all cracking? Shit, I know y'all are.
She was found burned almost to nothing in her home. The plastic flowers on the table had melted into sludge, and the television screen 12 feet away was warped beyond recognition. And yet, her feet and
the fuck was she live by a lot like a volcano or some shit? R.I.P.
both legs below the knees were untouched. An inquest was held. The official cause of death? Burning.
Why does that happen? I know y'all be smart and shit. Find that out for me.
Unknown. Which means either 1.
How does that happen?
The human body has a hidden self-destruct button. 2. Some people accidentally trigger an irreversible system error. 3. Reality occasionally just Alta 4 people in the most dramatic way possible. Whichever one it is, the conclusion is the same. If one day you start feeling a little too warm, and you're nowhere near an open flame, you might have about 3 seconds to figure out why. Quantum immortality.
Quantum
the real-life
immortality. That sounds crazy.
Spawn glitch. You should be dead. That car missed you by inches.
Oh, shit.
Lucky? Maybe. Or maybe you just don't die. Quantum immortality is the idea that every time you die, your consciousness jumps. Not to
another
heaven,
body?
not to hell, but to the nearest reality where you survived. From your
Wow.
perspective, you never die. You just keep waking up in timelines where you barely made it. Take
Wow.
Frane Selak,
That is
a man who
crazy.
should have died multiple times. In 1954, his train derailed into an icy river. 17 people drowned. He didn't.
Wow.
The next year, he was sucked out of a plane mid-flight
He's
and
just
landed in a haystack.
Wow.
Then a bus crash, multiple car crashes, a car explosion, and finally he won the lottery.
He's just a main character. That's just main. He just got main character. He got character. He got main character plot. Yeah. That's main character syndrome. He just got that. He on some Charlie shit. How he did my boy Rage. That's tough. That's tough, Rage. 05. Shit.
He never died, and that's the terrifying part. If quantum immortality is real, then you will never experience your own death. The versions of you that died, you don't remember them.
So where is he now then?
Gone. But what happens when there's no timeline left where you survive? Is there a final game over? Or does reality just keep you going? And if that's the case,
that is crazy.
How long have you actually been alive? Thanks for watching. Make sure to give the video a like.
That's actually a crazy thing to think about, especially if you high on some shit. It was a good vid. W vid. Paint professor. with the paint and the professor at the end, you would think your artwork would be a little better. But I ain't complaining. It was a good vid. Tight shit. Tight shit.